So Zuck did it. He officially announced the Quest 3 right before the Metagaming Showcase. I said he was going to do it, I made a video covering it nearly 4 weeks ago, and it looks impressive. Now typically these videos break down what that announcement video already tells us, but I'm going to go further and get very nerdy and let you all know that there's still so much that we don't know. Yeah, they announced it, it's exciting, but we barely have any solid tech specs. Let's take a look and see what's still up in the air. By the way, huge thanks to everyone who jumped on my last video. Appreciate Brad and Thrill sharing. It definitely gave me a huge boost, and we broke the 250 subscriber mark, so welcome and let's go diving together. So first things first, controllers. This is the first time we've actually seen them. All the renders have been straight up guesses so far. Clearly no camera tracking, no IR rings as we said, but it may still have some form of IR tracking. We're not 100% sure, but the theory is that the depth sensor has a whole lot to do with it too. Do you think that the colour of the controller is intentional as well? Black face with a white body to really have a contrast separation for the cameras to pick up, I'm not sure. And neither is anyone else. You can also see here 4 cameras on the front face. They seem to want to cut through the reflection to show that off. Depth sensor in the middle and 2 tracking cameras on the bottom of the headset, matching the renders I showed on the last video. It really is almost identical on the exterior. 3 dots on the bottom, presumably for a charging dock, though again we're waiting on an official confirmation. We see the Meta logo on the face too. My own Quest 2 is the one with the Oculus name, so I'll be ashamed to see that go. Now we get a great breakdown here, but it's hard to pick out much. 1 because I'm no engineer, but 2 because they're all similar looking dark coloured components. What's impressive is just how flat they've packed everything in, and you can see there under it all there is a large fan, very similar to the Quest 2 emplacement, and again I imagine the heat is pushed out of the gaps around the front piece, and you can see the gap is much smaller on the Quest 3, so hopefully this doesn't hinder any heat dissipation. The size difference is very significant looking at them here. Those pancake lenses are a big deal, we'll come back to those in a second. One thing I'm wondering about is the facial interface. If they're using the same or very similar optics to the Quest Pro, can we hover them in front of our eyes without a facial interface in the same way? Third-party halo straps would kill here in my opinion, and I'll definitely be looking to rock one of those if the third parties have them on release. We also get a clear look at the new strap design. It looks like a mixture of the Quest 1 style with the Quest 2 material. We know it should feel more premium according to Mark's words in our last video, but I think the biggest benefit is the weight distribution and thinness of the headset itself that's doing the heavy lifting, or lack thereof. Look at the mounting arms too. People were actually worried we wouldn't be able to change the strap, but that'll definitely be possible. But here's some bad news, and I'm confident confirming it based on the image here. Your third party Quest 2 straps won't fit the Quest 3. There looks to be a good centimetre more length on the arms for the Quest 3. The speaker opening looks slightly bigger, but we don't know anything about the audio yet. While this is disappointing, just know there's a bunch of companies that have made a lot of money on Quest third-party accessories. Having to purchase more for the next gen, while annoying and costly for customers, should only improve the accessory ecosystem. And we know third-party head straps have been one-upping the Meta straps in every way they can and for cheaper. So here are the facial interfaces. Similar in size actually, but if you look closer, the plastic frame is much smaller on 3 with a much thicker sponge material, taking a leaf from VR cover I imagine, with the light blocking flaps around the nose area too. Again, I wonder how close you can get your eyes to those lenses in the new headset and whether you can hover them using a halo strap. We know something as simple as distance from the eyes can affect FOV or field of view. Also, I've noticed, where are the microphones on the Quest 3? We actually don't know that yet. Now we see the USB-C on the side, the specs of which are yet to be confirmed, whether it's charging speed, data transfer rates, etc. still up in the air. Different power button too, and I wonder where the LED light will be, or what will light up in lieu of it. This really interested me when I first saw it. So first of all, you have the sensor to turn your displays on and off when you're wearing and not wearing the headset, pretty standard feature now. You have the pancake lenses obviously, but look what they're surrounded by. Some sort of rubbery flexible material. There are big gaps on Quest 2 showing the space for the 3 stages of IPD adjustments. It's clearly a smooth adjustment here using the wheel on the bottom of the headset. Beyond functionally making more sense, from a reliability standpoint there's less opportunity for dirt and grime to get in there too. Smart design work. Also look at the sponge material here. The original Quest 2 interface sponge was honestly kind of coarse, and I remember it never feeling particularly plush or comfortable. It doesn't look soft here, but we can see it's more padded with what looks to be a synthetic material. We know these specs by heart now. I'll be going more into those for the next video, covering what everyone is missing about the gaming showcase we just saw. Another big omitted piece of info is the displays. So we're pretty clear it's a single LCD like the Quest 2, however, clearly it says here displays, plural, and it isn't talking about the lenses, it's talking resolution. The leaks tell us it will be the highest res display versus anything they've ever released, so it tracks. Does this mean it's a display per eye, which would be massive? Why? Well, a single panel is good, but then each lens is cropping into that panel, so the actual PPI or PPD is limited versus the on-paper specs. Per eye is far more efficient in this regard, though you're still cropping in on a square panel if that's what's being used, and allowing range for IPD adjustments. Again, this area we've had no specs on, so we're only making educated guesses based on leaks. Thanks Brad. Clearer and sharper visuals. This clip is from Population 1, we'll come back to this statement later. Okay, so this is the mixed reality push. There we can see the depth sensor that will fly into. Full colour pass through. We still don't know the actual quality of this is only a representation of course. It's good to see Demio being pushed as a key mixed reality experience too. Redesigned controllers, here's a close look. Hopefully they redesigned the sticks to avoid the drift issue. My controllers are really so suffering with drift now. So true touch haptics it's about to say, which is great to see, exactly the fidelity that's needed. Quest 2 haptics are extremely limited. It feels like you have either 0 or 1. There's not much subtlety, so I'm excited to try these out. Now this is heavy speculation, but I'm gonna do it. Quest 3 controllers will take AA batteries just like the Quest 2 ones. And that's only based on the side of the controller here. It looks to have the same removable piece to replace batteries, unlike the Quest Pro controllers which had a built-in battery and less playable time. So good news as the Quest 2 controllers last ages on a AA. We don't know what the straps look like yet, but we can see the hole for them. Again, we lose the Oculus logo button and it's replaced with a Meta button, which is a shame. There's also less detailing on the face, no texturing for the thumb rest area. Outside of that, the components do look very similar, if not the same as the Quest 2 controllers. But hey, we do have the option to upgrade and use the Pro controllers with the Quest 3, that's been confirmed. Oh wait, there's the straps. Are they just the same ones? Hold on, I'll go back to see if other people were wearing them. Oh yes, she has. I can't really see. Oh, there they are. Yeah, so they're pretty much the same. Look how much better these controllers look without the rings. So Quest 3 is completely backwards compatible, and I feel they will be up-resing all the older games for Quest 3. Going back to the Population 1 clip talking about clearer and sharper visuals. So not only are we heading into the next gen standalone potential, but everything we've had before is now going to be improved. I did read developers are already working on texture improvement updates for Quest 3 only. There's another good shot of the straps. So yeah, coming this fall, massive. $500 we called it. We also called the Quest 2 being dropped back to $299. Meta Connect has been pulled forward to September 27th, which is a big deal. We usually see it at the end or in the middle of October. I think they either released it on the day at Connect or very soon afterwards in preparation for the big Christmas push. And we only know of one storage option, 128GB, which will be the $499 version, which is a shame. I really think the 256GB should be the base tier now, with the 512 option for $549 or $599 maybe. So yeah, another thing we don't know is the other storage options or what first party accessories will be available. Are we going to get the charging dock as standard? And we haven't even seen the charging dock yet, that's another assumption. Anyway, there's my deep dive and a reality check on so much we still don't know, but what I have seen I really like, and I can't wait to see the actual gameplay stuff only the Quest 3 can handle. I appreciate all you that have subscribed so far, but my last video only 1% of you were subscribers, and listen, I only put out bangers. I only post slammers! So hit that subscribe button and I'll see you on the other side where I tell you what everyone is missing about the metagaming showcase we just saw. Click through to the